Hello and welcome back, it's Repulsive Raccoon, aka your favorite trash panda. Today we're going to be playing LORT. It is an action roguelite that is fully co-opable, 1 through 8 players, so you are able to do some really crazy things in this game because of the build synergies and different items you can pick up. With that being said, let's just get right into it. Today we're going to be playing the Archer. You have the choice between 3 classes as shown here. You have a Warrior, you have an Archer, and you have a Mage. Let's get started with the Archer. Kind of spawn in at this camp area. There's a few things to do, but in order to get started, you have to come over to this quest board, and you get the option between Goblin Appetizer and Track and Whack right now. Currently the game is in beta with full release scheduled for sometime in January. Well, let's go with Track and Whack, and then you just come over to this van and get started with it. Sorry if we sound a little bit different. We're trying to get over, I believe, a nasal infection, but that's not going to stop us from making some content. So this is what the world looks like. It's got a very nice art style to it, and there's a bunch of different things to kind of go through and dissect. So you want to make sure you're doing or clearing out stuff as fast as possible because you're on a time limit. So this is a trial that we're going to be doing first. You can tell because of the kind of like altar thing it's got going on, and the difficulty is indicated by the kind of soul over its head. I'll show you in a second. Let's just kill this archer. So you see how there's the kind of one skull above its head. It means it's difficulty 1. It's the easiest one to clear, and once you clear it, you're able to get some gold. There's some breakables around the map that you want to do to get some more gold whichever way you're running. You can also pick up weapons along the way that do different things. That was a magic weapon, but we're an archer, so we're not going to do it. And then these are the different camps. This one is indicated by, once again, only having one thing above it. Normally, you have the option between blue, red, and green, but those are the more difficult camps. Over there in the distance, you can see there's 2 of them right next to each other. The blue ones give you cooldown speed. It's more so for a magic build, so we're just going to skip that. It's not going to be super helpful towards us. These sunflowers are kind of bouncy pads. When you hit these, you kind of can go flying across the map to get to different things a lot faster. As you can see, we're kind of just traversing the map much faster than we were a second ago. And there's these chests lying on the ground that offer you power-ups. There's different rarities as well. There's a much bigger chest. It is a kind of large golden chest that you can get. But we're going to keep clearing out these trials just so we can get some more money. That way we can open some of these chests early on. You definitely want to open stuff earlier on just because as the game progresses, everything becomes a lot more expensive. The time is up at the top. One second, let me kill this archer. I'm missing absolutely everything. So it says we have 3 days remaining. Let's open a chest real fast. Let's see what we got. We got 150 damage when below 30% HP. Hopefully we're not below 30% HP for long, but we will take it for now. I'm going to come over here to this camp. I know that we said we were going to skip some blues, but some upgrades won't hurt us. Just because it does offer some cooldown speed with the blue ones as well, just for our abilities, which is very nice. We'll throw down a trap. That way we can slow down these enemies. Dealing with the archers first. Throw down another trap for these guys, and fire a piercing arrow straight through them. Just like that, we've cleared out our first camp. And we got some cooldown reduction, some just base attack speed. Not attack speed, but just attack damage. And then we want to traverse to the green camps as fast as possible. Let's open some more chests. We got 5% crit chance, which is very nice. Gonna be taking a few bouncy pads here. You can kind of bunny hop towards the direction you want to go after you take the bouncy pads, which is super nice. Let's deal with these archers again. You always want to deal with the ranged first. The melee are kind of easy to kite, where the ranged projectiles come out of nowhere. Let's throw a log and the fire piercing arrow at those slimes. And they are almost all dead on this level 2 camp. And there we go. Got our first green buff. We'll take that. It gives us attack speed and just scales up what we're doing a little bit better. I'll take on this trial right here, just get a bit more gold going. Fire piercing arrow straight down the middle of them. Throw our log. That archer got a hit on us, but it's not the end of the world. There's a goblin with a backpack taking 1 damage every time I hit him. I haven't seen this enemy before. Not entirely sure what his deal is, but let's kill him. He ended up getting away before we were able to deal with him. That is unfortunate. Missed a few arrows at the end, but it's not the end of the world. Ended up running a little bit away from this trial, so we got to run back to it. And we are about to encounter nighttime. The thing with nighttime is enemies will continuously spawn on top of you, just repeatedly, so you got to make sure you're dealing with those guys, and as the nights progress, it gets more and more difficult. Let's grab this sword handle. I don't remember what it does. It just gives us a free weapon, but we're not going to take that. Instead, we're going to take on this level 2 trial just for some more money. We'll back up here just to make sure we can get some nice pierces on everything. And night 1 has officially started. And as you can see, these nighttime enemies are already spawning on top of me. But let's get our money. I'll clear out a few more of these trials while it's nighttime. The first night's never too bad. It's the second and third night that become a bit more challenging. We'll hit a bouncy pad just so we can fly away and kind of kite the enemies right now. Deal with a few of these nighttime enemies. More are going to spawn in, but that's okay. We'll throw a log at these guys. That way they get slowed down. I'll throw a trap on the melees and deal with these ranged enemies. There we go. We'll throw another log, followed by a piercing shot. Hopefully clean up a few of them. And there we go. It's another trial completed. And we'll do one more trial. Hopefully we get enough gold to activate this. I don't remember if this one was 100 or 150 though. It's just 100, so we'll see what that's about. And the nice thing about when it turns daytime, you don't have to worry about the nighttime enemies anymore. They automatically despawn. So if you are able to kite them the entire night, then that is ideal. That way you don't waste any time trying to deal with them. As you can see, the chest went from 30 to 42. Let's get our money. Let's see what this challenge is about. Throne of Brutality. It's gone up in price, unfortunately, but we'll just take on this veteran trial real fast. Got hit there. It's not the end of the world. But we do want to be careful here. We are low on health, so after this fight, we'll probably look at using our heal. Clean up these enemies. And there we go. Then we're going to just use our heal. That kind of green statue thing down there is... Let's take a look at these power-ups real fast. 1 healing per primary. 10% chance to apply bleed. I think I'm just going to take that. But that green statue down there refills our healing flask and gives us some healing. So we're going to challenge this double camp. See if we can take it on. I'll throw a trap here at the entrance, just so the enemies have to kind of fly through it. And then we fire a nice piercing arrow in the middle of it. Got a lot of damage, which is very nice. And then these Molotov cocktail dudes are always annoying, so we got to make sure we deal with those. Looks like there's still a few more enemies in this camp. Yep, there we go. Kind of using the rocks here to hide from the archer. And there we go. That is both the level 3 camps completed. And we will take double green power-ups here. I don't believe there'll be... There's some breakables in here. But only giving us 1 gold is not necessarily worth it. I will pick up this chest just to get a free power-up. We got some extra jump height. That's super useful, but that's okay. Looking around for just a bouncy pad to get to that green heal faster, and it looks like we can take this one right here. You can turn yourself in midair, which is really nice for more directional control. But let's get our healing flask back. And then this chest is 105, so we're not going to be able to do that yet. Random enemy just spawned in on top of us. But that's okay, not entirely sure what that was about. We're just immediately going to go to this level 2 challenge, and then we're going to hit that double camp over there. Throw down a net, and then fire a piercing arrow trying to take out these ranged users. We got a nice collat with our bow there, killing both of them at once. Deal with this wasp. When you hit them, they get knocked down, which is nice. And these 2 enemies that spawned because of our Throne of Brutality are also dealt with. Just giving us a little bit more money on top, and we did get a Kegs Slammer for it, but we're not going to use that one. Let's open this golden chest just to see what we get. We got another healing charge that can come in very handy. See if we get Bonehead Basher. Could be really good, but just not the playstyle we're going for this run. I'm going to take this bouncy pad over here just to go back the other way a little bit faster. There we go. A nice bunny hop. And we are almost at the next camp. I do think that's probably one of my favorite things is the fact that you're able to keep momentum going when you hit those bounces. Once again, we'll throw a trap at the entrance here, and then we'll throw a bunch of piercing stuff through there. Got a lot of enemies this time. We'll throw down another trap and another log. We've got the high ground right now, which is very nice. We can just kind of aim down at everything and just snipe everything pretty easily. I was about to say being careful not to take any damage, and immediately got hit. That's okay, we did get 2, we do have 2 heals, collect all this money, and get some more upgrades. Let's see what we get. We're just gonna take both grains here once again, just to get our archery just going even more. We're a bit off of opening another chest, but that's okay. And take a quick look around, see what we got. And I do think we are going to probably try to challenge a few of the trials up to the north here. It does look like there's a bit higher level ones. Looks like there's some level 2s up here. So hopefully we can hit some of those and then open some more golden chests. Nighttime is about to happen. Nighttime has officially started. So just got to be careful. Dealing with extra enemies is always kind of annoying. Especially if you get a lot of ranged users spawning in with you. Trying to activate that trial while kind of kiting the enemies around did not necessarily work out there. Fire a piercing arrow at all of these guys. We killed all of them, which is nice, so we will start the trial where the next wave spawns in. And there we go. That way, hopefully, we can just kind of deal with both the nighttime and the trial at the same time with all our pierce attacks. Get them all nice and lined up for us. And there we go, there's the trial completed. We got our money. And we're gonna just keep on running. We're gonna open this golden chest just before it becomes a bit more expensive. And we get more attack speed per kill, which is very huge, up to 20%. So we are definitely going to be taking that. And we're going to kill a lot of these nighttime enemies now, just to stack up that bonus. They're about to go away, but hopefully we can get this last kill. We didn't, but that's okay. We'll do another veteran trial here. Making sure we pierce all these enemies. I've always found the wasp to be an annoying enemy. I've always not been a big fan of dashing type of enemies. There's a shop right there. So the shops are these kind of tents that you'll occasionally see around the map. But they do get really expensive by the time you go into the final day. As you can see, it's 240 gold, 102 for that. I can trade one rare for that, but this is a ping pong 10% chance for my attacks to bounce, which would give nice AoE. And then this is 102 for our attacks to apply a slow. So we'll actually take on this level 3 challenge and hopefully get enough. We'll throw down an immediate trap, trying to pierce as many enemies to start off with as possible. And then we'll kill the mages, just so we don't have to deal with them. And just like that, the level 3 trial is almost dealt with. We just have one enemy left. And wasn't even close. We cleared that really fast. Now we can go back to the shop and see what we want to buy. I do think I am just gonna... Dealing physical magic or magic damage grants a 10% buff to the opposite damage type. We don't want that. 10% chance for primary attacks to bounce. I believe that's all we can get. Yeah, we'll just take the Icicle of Icy Yum Yum. And then we do have to deal with the 2 lieutenants before we can fight the final boss, so we gotta make our way to doing that. Hopefully a few of these bouncy pads can take us there a little bit faster. Another one right here. And as you can see, you can just keep navigating the bouncy pads. Just keep on sending yourself super far. This one's going to take us the opposite direction. We didn't want to hit that one, but that's okay. These bosses are kind of far away, but once again, you can just keep on sending yourself. There's a free heal, but we're not going to take that. We're full health, which is nice, and have both our healing flasks still intact. All these kind of bouncy pads are facing the wrong way for us right now, a bit unfortunate. We're just going to have to keep on running. I believe our first lieutenant is going to be up here at this double, and there he is. Let's see if we can just kind of aggro him. Here we go. Get him over here. He's going to start throwing axes at us with a spinning attack. Dodge those really easily. Hit him with a nice piercing arrow. Hit him with a log. And there is our first lieutenant dead. He dropped a weapon for us, but we're not interested in that. We're going to take these buffs over here. There's attack speed. And we do want to get a move on just before the final night happens, as it can be pretty challenging. Last lieutenant is a bit out there. Let's open up this chest. We got the one where physical damage turns into magic damage, but that's okay. And we are heading to the final lieutenant right now. Hopefully not aggroing that camp in the process. It's about to be nighttime, so we definitely want to kill this guy fast just so we don't have to deal with all those nighttime enemies. We got him with a nice slow effect there, and he is already dead. Open up this chest for another power-up. And more damage to enemies over 95% HP. There's the boss arena, so we gotta collect these 2 power-ups, and we gotta make a run for it. There's no bouncy pad looking in that direction, which is a bit unfortunate. If you haven't gotten the best items this run, you can get some pretty crazy ones, but that is okay. Gotta dodge all these attacks while I make my way to the final boss. And we're almost there. We might end up hitting it just as nighttime approaches. And there is night 3. And we did not complete it in time, so we have to try to get to the final boss before night 3 actually happens. We'll give it one more run just to see what we can do, and we just got to speed it up a little bit. But that is what happens if you do not actually clear in time. Let's get going again, and let's try to do a few things a little bit faster. So the camps are really nice, the trials for the money obviously. I feel like opening chests are the way to go just because the shop can get rather expensive, and sometimes it offers really good items, but also times it just offers just random stuff. I'm going to immediately just clear out this camp because it's a green one. Fighting enemies uphill always kind of sucks, but it's okay. I'm going to do down a trap for these enemies. All the ranged users are dead, and then we will snipe off these melees. And there we go. And we are just gonna keep on moving here. We're gonna hit this bouncy pad just to see what the map has to offer us. It looks like we're gonna be hitting a few trials just to get some more money. Because as of right now, we just have a lot of high-level stuff around us. It looks like there's a skeleton that's inside the ground right there. But yeah, I definitely think getting more money before everything becomes too expensive is definitely the play. So maybe like the first day or two of the cycle, you kind of just do trials and open up chests. And then on, like, towards the end of day 2, you focus on trying to clear as many camps as possible. Slime just keeps bouncing around. There we go. We'll hit this bouncy pad. I'll hit this trial. And then there is a chest right here, thankfully, so we will grab that afterwards. And we have a very nice lineup there. Able to clean up those enemies pretty easily. And we managed to clear that trial without any issues. Let's open up this chest, see what we get. We have 6% chance to apply burn. That can be really good against the bosses. Hopefully against the enemies, but I don't necessarily think so. All enemies are running in a straight line at us, very nice. Just pierce through everything. Throw another trap just to kind of hold them in place for a second. And there we go. Just one more slime, and he is dead. Still says there's another enemy left over here. Just a wasp. He's stuck on the fence trying to get to us. But there we go. More attack speed. And we are off again. We could probably take on these 2 level... This is one of the lieutenants. I'm actually comfortable with taking one of them on right now just because I know how all their attacks work and they're pretty easy to dodge. So we might as well get some power-ups. If I can hit him. There we go. We just gotta keep sidestepping his attacks. He's half HP. He did hit us with an axe, which almost did one-shot us. We don't want to get stuck here, but we ended up killing him. We were 1 HP. Said I knew how his attacks work and immediately got hit. Not ideal. But we got 2 more buffs out of it, and we'll take a look at this shop just because we have a lot of gold.
Hello there, brave adventurer. Welcome to this here royal
Attack speed buff, health regen.
If your pouch can handle it.
We'll buy this explosion. And we'll save the rest of our money for now. Not entirely sure what that is, so I'm just gonna ignore it for now. We do want to get back towards where everything's at, so we gotta find a few jumpy pads that send us back towards kind of the main map. As you can see, you can kind of hit this like outskirts area where there's nothing going on. If that's the case, you just want to turn yourself around and go back the other way. There's another level 3 camp. We did a really good job at clearing the last one, so I'm just going to go for this. And there's a shop next to it. So I might see what the shop has to offer us. And there's also another one. So I'll probably take a look at these 2 shops. Spawn an orb. 20% damage at full health. None of these are particularly good. So I'm going to go over here to this other shop before it becomes more expensive. Healing orbs on kill. Slow enemies. Nighttime. None of these are good. I think I'll just save all my money for chests. And let's head back over here and clear this camp. Cleaning up these slimes really easily, which is nice. And we are going into night 1. This burn is putting in an actual decent amount of work. 6% chance is not a lot, but it's more than what we currently have, so a very nice pickup. Let's grab these 2 buffs. Just grabbing all the green ones we can. Trying to kind of juke these enemies so we don't get stuck in this campsite. And hopefully we can find a big chest just to give us something nice. Relatively close by, that is. That ranged enemy did get a nice shot on us, which is kind of unfortunate, but it's okay. You just don't want to take too much damage. And we keep on going. I'll probably just end up buying a few of these smaller ones for now. We got 5% crit chance from that one. So this goblin, it was like a small little challenge that kind of spawned on top of us. Gives us some more money. Gold can be exchanged for goods and services. We got 60% chance to parry an enemy. I definitely want to make my way towards the green camps in the distance. I'm not needing a super big amount of money. I say that as 2 golden chests spawn in right here. I do actually feel confident in taking on this level 3 champion trial, so we'll do that. I say that as a ton of Molotov guys spawn in, so we need to deal with those guys as fast as possible. Just so we don't have to worry about dodging and dashing all over the place. Deal with the ranged users. Throw a log at these slimes. It looks like we just have 1 archer left. There we go. Very nice. Took no damage there. Got a lot of money. Did not mean to hit that bouncy pad, but thankfully I was able to turn myself around and open a golden chest. 3 healing per kill. I don't think it'll come in super handy, but it is nice. Here are some level 3 camps. We'll do this veteran trial real fast. Killed all the ranged users with that log. The slimes are dead, and the wasps are about to fall as well. There you go. Level 2 trial is cleared as well. And off to these level 3 camps down here. This might be the... It is indeed the other lieutenant. So we just want to be careful here. Probably going to be doing his spin attack next. Hopefully we can get a burn proc on him. We got an explosion one, which is also nice. And there we go. We got another explosion one on him. Just finishing him off pretty fast. And here's a golden chest down here for us as well. Let's see what power up we get. We got the Icicle of Yum Yum, which is a very good one. Finish off these enemies just to get a little bit more gold. There's another camp here. The boss arena is off in the distance, so we'll probably make our way towards that. We're making really good progress this run. We're only on day 2, and we are having no issues whatsoever, just clearing stuff out. Oh, there's 1 slime left. There we go. I'm going to try making my way towards the 2 level 3 camps in the distance. It's also on our way to the boss. And there's a golden chest in the distance. So we'll make sure to pick this one up as well. These enemies actually landed a successful trap on me. I'm just going to turn around and kill them real fast. Just so they don't keep following me. And we got a purple item buff. Buff yourself and nearby allies gaining movement, speed, and more health regen. Very nice. I'll open a smaller chest as well, just to use up our gold. Hitting enemies with abilities gives us a parry buff. We'll take it. And hopefully kind of kite these enemies to the entrance gate over here. That way I can deal with them as much as possible. And they are being dealt with super easily. Looks like there's still 1 or 2 more. I can hear the enemy, but I can't see him. There's a wasp. He was kind of stuck. But that is this camp cleared as well. And we are about to enter the 3rd day, the 2nd night. I'll take on this level 3 trial just for more gold, just because there is a big chest over there, so hopefully we can get that. Cleaned up the Molotov user. And that level 3 trial just easily fell. Not any issue whatsoever. Had to jump for that money there. We'll also take on this level 2 real fast. And the level 2 one is completed as well, just like that. Let's go grab this chest over here. Let's see what we get. We got more armor. Got a bunch of enemies just spawn on top of us. Looks like we attracted the enemies from the camp. Not the end of the world. We'll end up getting a free buff from killing all of these guys. Not intentional, but it's okay. Let's head back there. I have a little Molotov guy, but we'll take this bouncy pad. And on the back side of this camp, kill all these enemies that were still here. Make sure we kill these nighttime enemies. Not that we have to, but it just makes it a little bit easier. Picked up that strength buff real fast before we end up getting hit by too many things. And I'm just going to be taking a few bouncy pads just to close the gap on these camps I saw in the distance earlier. There's also 2 level 3 trials, so we'll end up doing those, claiming the big chest, and then clearing out the camps as much as possible. Thankfully, we dealt with the lieutenants earlier on, so we don't have to deal with them again. And daytime is about to happen, so all these enemies are about to despawn. I'll give it a second, and there we go. So let's activate this champion trial. And just like that, this champion trial is completely cleared. I will also clear this other one. We got more health regen. Let's take on another champion trial. Not that we particularly need any more gold here, but more gold is always nice. Boss arena is right there, so we don't want to go too far, but I do think we have time to clear out these 2 camps in the distance just to get some more green buffs. We'll also get this chest in the distance, and then we'll take some bouncy pads back and just challenge the final boss. I need 1 more for that golden chest. Let's break something. There we go, there's our 1 gold. Let's see what we got. More attack speed per kill. So yeah, we'll definitely clear out these 2 camps, stack up that attack speed, and then go fight the boss. Our log is doing a lot of cleave damage, just able to snipe out a lot of enemies pretty easily. Let's kill this slime. There is another camp cleared, more attack speed, and we'll clear out this double 3 camp. Kill this Molotov guy first. There we go. When the explosion kind of triggers on the enemies, it's kind of just a free 1-shot on them. And that was the sound of our log just flying across the map, just killing absolutely everything. I think there's 1 or 2 enemies left. There we go. We'll get our heal flask back in here. I was just making sure I didn't want to take any red ones. It gives us some crit damage, which could be nice, but not necessary. And we are just going to head back to the final boss. No reason to risk it trying to get some more items. I feel like we're in a pretty good spot. I say that, but I'll see how much this chest is. It's 54. We do not have enough. But let's clear out this boss arena so we can challenge him. Got hit there, not the end of the world. Got a magic user left. Looks like there's a wasp stuck. We also got a few more slimes. I'll just throw a log, clean them up. And let's steal this item. A lot of enemies spawned in. Let's just clean all of them up. Quite a decent amount of them, actually. Let's throw down a trap, try slowing them down. And as you can see, our attack speed is ramping up a decent amount. We're kind of just turning into an automatic torrent of arrows right now. And we are fighting Grundussi with Crustle. Let's throw a trap, slow him down a bit, throw a log at him, and then fire a piercing arrow, and just start raining arrows at him. Sidestep all his attacks. Landing some nice chills. 600 damage log, and he's already below half HP, and he's falling super fast. And he's dead, just like that. Let's go grab his stuff. We got the Roguelite. We have a long ways to go before the van. We definitely need to hit some of these bouncy pads. Thankfully, we had one kind of lined up with the van. Hopefully, we kind of can turn ourselves in the air with that one. Land on that one. Take that one. And we are almost there. And just like that, we hit 3 bouncy pads, almost 4, straight to the van. And this is how you escape. You definitely want to do this just so you don't have to fight all the enemies at nighttime and you successfully make it out. But that is going to be the LORT demo. The full game comes out in January, and if you ended up liking the content, be sure to like, click that bell notification, and think about subscribing. Thank you, and until next time, take care.